In our final video segment for creating student and teacher rubrics that connect to each other in Google Sheets, we're going to show you how to make a copy of the Google Sheet and then how to share that out with the students. We've gone in now and we've created the student sheet exactly the way we wanted it to. We've conditionally formatted the sheet so that it shows the colors that we want it to. Now we are ready to take this Google Sheet and use it as a template for all the other Google Sheets student sheets that we need to create. Doing this is very simple. Once this is exactly set up the way you want it, you simply go here to File, make a copy. At this point, I would rename this with the student's name. We're going to name this one Example 2 Student Rubric. Click OK, and the new sheet will be created. You'll want to go into your Google Drive after and organize all of these into one place. Here, we are going to select the narrative unit, and we are going to, as you'll see, our import range has already come across. We have our URL for the narrative unit. We've put this in, but the trouble is this is student right here. These cells represent student 1 or example 1 student, the first student that we were talking about. It represents their data. We want this student's data to come in. This student happens to be on line 4. So we're going to replace B3 with B4, and we're going to replace K3 with K4. And then we push return, and we'll do the same thing on history and the same thing on argument. This is what I was referring to in the previous video. It comes up and it says hashtag reference. Once you hover over this, it says you need to connect these sheets, allow access. Once that happens, then the second student's data will come in. Once you do that for each of your units, you come here and you click share. I would change this to can view. You don't want your students to be able to edit this document. If they were to go onto that cell where we just clicked connect, where the import range is, and delete that will disconnect your sheets. So I keep this at can view so they can see their data, but they can't edit it on their sheets. I would go ahead and enter the name of the student that I want to share this with, and then make sure that's at can view, and then go ahead and send. Once that's sent, then I take this sheet and I go to File, make a copy, and this time I'm changing it to Example 3 and doing the exact same thing that I did before. I like to make a copy off the student sheet that I've just been working on, because when I change the cell numbers, it's just one number to change at that point. And if in doubt, I come back here to the example sheet and to the student sheet to make sure that I've got the right row of numbers that I need to do. And that is how we connect to Google Sheets. If you have any further questions about this or would like some help, please see Brooke George or contact me, Tyler Jessup, T Jessup, and we will be happy to help you make this connection. A big thanks to Jared Chandler and Susan Anderson at the high school for helping us figure this out, and we've been able to go from there and create some very useful data sheets for our students.